Hello, everyone. My name is Olga Kong, and this is my sexual son and platonic husband, Milo Edward.
And this is my aunt who's still got it even after the Botox, Olga Kong. We have a Patreon. Every week there is not quite 45 minutes, like 30 to 40 minutes of bonus content of this show that you can watch on there. You also get priority access to live shows, things of that nature, and you get access to the exclusive Discord server where you can discuss which of us you would fuck. That's £5 a month.
Also, Milo and I both have shows at the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. He's on every day at the Chinese Museum, and I'm on every day at the Town Hall.
There we go.
And I did get Botox, just not on my face.
That ass is smooth, brother. Cheers.
I know that listeners are very worried. I took a screenshot of it. I sent it to my boyfriend. My boyfriend says, honey, get your bag. So, everything.
Is that how your boyfriend talks? I hope not.
He's very bisexual.
Honey, get your bag. I'm gonna need you to Findom this month.
You're a beers guy.
I've seen
There's
you drink
water
things
in
other
beer,
than
mate.
beers.
I like whiskey.
When I'm being silly, like at the festival club, and I'm like, that is the dumbest looking thing I've ever seen. Give me 8.
Yeah.
And then I gotta gather friends.
And then we're smashing pickle juice for
Yeah.
some reason.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. I love
And the
a
bartender's
pickle
like, I just made this shot up, and I'm like, we can tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This sucks, dude. Like, you should never do this again. Garbage.
You shouldn't work behind a bar. You've not got the talent.
Yeah.
You should give up now and become a comedian.
I think, no, there's only one place for you, Subway sandwiches, because they make the decision. You do nothing.
Oh, God,
You just facilitate. Yeah.
To tell you the truth, I do want to go to Subway and just have like a loser guy go, I've made something up here.
I've actually made it a sub of the day, if you'd
My
like
magnum
it.
opus.
I don't know if
Sub
they
du
still
jour?
do it. But do you remember when they used to do the sub that was just salad? It was just like it was like all of the salad just in a sandwich, and it was like really cheap.
Is that meant to be like a diet food?
I don't know.
It
Well,
is
Subway,
legally in a cake.
it worked for Jared. Yeah.
But at what cost?
I hear guilt is very slimming.
He was trying he was trying to get down to child weight so that it was legal.
Oh, Milo. Okay, can I just say, I recently met my nephew. I think he's my nephew twice removed. I'm not sure what it's called when your cousin has a baby, but I met this guy.
So I met this guy. I met this dude.
The second
Hanging
cousin.
out. This
My
young
second
boy.
Is that what a second cousin is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So, basically, he's 13. He currently lives in Thailand. And
Okay,
they
this
live
is
in
getting more and more pedo-y
Yeah.
as the story
what do
progressed.
13-year-olds
Currently
want to
lives in
do? They
Thailand.
want to fuck other 13-year-olds. And where's a great place to do that? Thailand. It makes perfect sense.
Because we're talking about Jared from Subway, and then you're like, oh, let me tell you a story about how I'm a creepy uncle.
I promise. I promise I have a point. So basically, I meet this 13-year-old guy for the first time in my life. Last time I met him, he was like a newborn. Guy, let me finish.
Just the way you're framing this is mental. So I met this 13-year-old guy for the second time. I saw him when he was born. I'm like, this kid's going to be hot. Waited 13 years.
Yeah.
And then I turned up to Thailand hoping he'd be there.
Yeah.
Now, Olga, you were saying.
Me and James Franco were messaging him on Instagram.
It's a great group chat, that one. Yeah.
Whatever I say now won't be as funny, but I'll just
Me, the
finish.
two Francos, and my nephew.
Oh, God. So it was the first time I met him, and he lives in Thailand with his parents. And as you can imagine, Thailand, gorgeous, delicious food on every corner. Everything tastes wonderful.
Yep.
At age 13, he's like, the only thing I want right now is a Subway sandwich. And there's like no Subways in the middle of Bangkok. So we had to like find the one Subway in Bangkok. Obviously, there was no one there. Even the people serving him were like, are you sure? And
The girls on the streets coming up to you like, you want a Subway, boy? You want a Subway? They're like, you got to get in the tuk-tuk. They drive you out of town. And then to my horror, I was served a Subway sandwich. I thought they were just going to fire ping pong balls out of their vagina at me.
And basically, what made me realize, I think at age maybe 13 to 15, you're just like, you've got the Subway palate.
Yeah. I did love Subway at that
There you
age, to
go.
be fair.
I just thought it was because it was new. Because I feel like Subway was like new in Australia when I was like 13, 15. It's like, hey, you're not going to believe this. There's Subway. And you're like, what does that mean? It's like, you get to choose. Like, the clown has nothing to do with it. Like, you get to choose your own.
You think that's the selling point, the fact that it's a customizable sandwich, not a good one.
Correct.
They don't have a weird mascot like the clown. No, their mascot is a convicted paedophile.
Hey, back then, it wasn't convicted. He just He just had a big pair of jeans to cover his erection. That's what he had.
God.
Holding them out so you can't see.
Exactly. Because it's so fucking rock hard at the opening.
Oh.
I can't get over that they don't put butter on their sandwiches. It blows my
Ooh.
mind. I
I
can't.
just realized that.
I can't understand
Who
it.
puts butter on a sub?
Well,
Like
it's
in
a
a-
sandwich.
It moistens bread. But
Yeah, but
Dane,
then mayo does too.
that's true. You can have the
There's
sauces.
a lot
but
of sauce.
usually
You're
go-
the sandwich guy.
I mean, thank you.
Yeah.
How do you feel about
please.
sloppy joes and CBD?
I haven't been to Sloppy Joe's in the CBD because
Okay.
I'm not staying in the CBD this year, so I'm out. I'm in the fringes. I'm
Have
doing
you been to
fringe
Hector's?
sandwiches. I have been to Hector's.
Thoughts?
I liked it. It was okay. Like it
Mhm.
wasn't like it was a very good sandwich, but it wasn't like I'm going to tell people about this.
Yeah.
I'd be like, it's fine if you want a sandwich, go there.
Okay.
But he did this thing. Check this out. He's like, do you want hectic sauce and cheese? And I was like, yeah, sure. And then that was $4 more. You can't do that. You can't do that. If it's an
No.
add-on, you got to explain it's an add-on.
Yeah, the way that in
Yeah,
Chipotle
yeah.
they're like guac is extra.
Yes.
You gotta say it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, do I look like a mug?
That
I'm
looks
not
like
paying
some-
extra.
yeah, and then you whip your little guac sash out of your pocket.
Yeah, that's
Squeeze it
right.
on.
Got it in my HelloFresh delivery.
Yeah. But the subway thing. Yeah, butter on a sandwich is fine.
When
agree.
you're saying, because $4 sounds like a ridiculous amount of money for
Cheese and sauce.
cheese and sauce.
Yeah, this went
Yeah.
through my mind, Dan. Why do you think I'm bringing it up 1 week on?
It's $4.
Yeah.
Like, how much was the sandwich
In total?
without it? Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
So it's, and that's with the $4 extra?
No,
Or
eight-
no?
18
Wait,
plus
more?
four.
Full
So $22
7-Eleven meat
sandwich.
pie for that money.
Cuz I'm telling you, got ripped off.
Yeah.
Thanks, I was unclear on that. heading in. I'm so glad you're here to explain my financial predicament.
You know, and I don't know why, but I was about to say you could have got 2 whole chickens.
Doing like the bachelor's
Fucking
handbag.
where? At the back of a van?
No, Woolies, they do the bachelor's
Yeah.
handbags. Rotisserie
2
chicken.
for $4?
No, 2 for 24.
Yeah, 24.
It's like 10, 11 each.
I was
Absolutely.
gonna say.
2 full chickens.
yeah.
2 full chicken.
absolutely.
Okay, I have another
Yeah.
fun fact, guys.
Mhm.
You're here on the riffs. I'm here on the facts.
Yeah,
You were
this
gonna
was
say something.
this was interesting. I'm glad because I when I was like, my brain's like, you could have bought 2 whole chickens. No, don't say that, Dan. But now that I have said it and you sounded interesting, I'm like, I should back myself more.
I've
That's
always
what-
said Dane Simpson lacks confidence.
Yeah.
What a
you're
self-saboteur.
You're the voice of the common man. You're bringing us back to reality.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're like, Dane, how many chickens is that?
And now can we have Olga's interesting fact about chickens,
Thank
please?
you so much. So, at the height of the sort of fried chicken movement in the fast food,
the fried chicken movement.
the fried chicken movement
Yeah.
in the fast food sort of sphere in America, a certain Kenny Rogers, if you're familiar,
Oh.
the country music singer,
Oh.
Islands in the Stream. We're gonna get copyrighted for
Yeah,
that. He joined forces with a former CEO of KFC to start not a fried chicken restaurant, a roast chicken restaurant called Kenny Rogers Roasters. It took off in America, went global. Then
It was backed by the Colonel, like the IRA.
Yeah.
It was Black Ops.
guess what happens?
Yeah.
Supermarkets start selling roast chickens. The business fails. The
Oh.
business, Kenny Rogers Roasters start closing all over America because I could just go to Walmart and get a fucking roast chicken.
Yeah.
Kenny Rogers is in tears. What's going on? Then turns out the Kenny Rogers Roasters is still huge in Asia. A Malaysian food group buys Kenny Rogers Roasters, and now Kenny Rogers Roasters is huge in Southeast Asia. You go to Malaysia, you go to Philippines, Kenny Rogers Roasters.
You got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them.
Yes.
Kenny
He's
Rogers.
hungover too. Impressive.
Kenny Rogers now being driven out of business by Uncle Roger's chain of Malaysian restaurants.
Oh, that's quite poetic, actually.
Yeah, God, what a way to go out.
Did you guys know that the Colonel was alive when like we were alive?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like in my head, he was like the past. You know?
I sadly know everything there is to know about the Colonel. So if you want to open
Fantastic.
this can of
I'm
worms,
loving all of this.
I'm ready to
Open
throw
this
out
bucket of
facts.
chicken.
Yeah.
Like what are we
He's
doing?
They should have got him on Diary of a CEO. The guy, because he got rich in like his 60s. He started KFC when he was like retirement age.
Yeah.
And then became like global level rich. And he also cursed a Japanese baseball team.
Yeah.
Which one?
I don't know which team. I can't remember which team. I think it was one of the Tokyo teams, and they had a statue of the Colonel outside their stadium for some reason, and it got destroyed. And then they didn't win like the Japanese
Yeah.
baseball league for like 25
And they
years or
dug it
something.
back up and still didn't win.
Brilliant.
We've exhumed the Colonel. Kenny Rogers has come to bless the stadium. He was in Malaysia anyway. It's a short flight, relatively speaking.
I mean, you were doing that, and I'm just picturing him holding a wing.
Yeah. Just flicking grease onto there.
That's the only way to do it.
Knighted by the Colonel.
So when did he die?
I think it was like 84 or something.
Okay,
Like,
Well, we weren't alive then.
no.
I wasn't alive then. Fuck, I just feel like
I snuck in.
What? Can we?
Hang on a minute. He
Do we
died and you're
Google?
welcome back,
I'll
Colonel
Google.
Sanders.
I can Google.
I'll Google it. No, I'm on it. I'm on it.
I'm happy to sacrifice myself for the Googling. I need to put this to bed now. But I just thought, like, in my head, I was like, he's like Civil War era.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know? Like, and then it's just like, nah, like,
This
he was.
is war about states' rights.
Okay,
And about
to be
fried
fair, he
chicken.
was very old. He was born in 1890,
Wow.
but he died in 1980. Hello.
Oh.
Wow.
Just
Crazy.
shows how healthy KFC chicken is.
There
Exactly.
you go.
You eat fried chicken every day, you can also live to 90.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I'm giving it a red hot crack. So
And dude, you look good. You look fucking good.
I
man.
look good. I'm
You look
50
hot,
years old.
dude. Wait, you'd know this, but like, you know that they like in the UK they don't know the Wog accent, like they just don't have it like at all as a
Right.
thing.
What is that?
Like just like the man, how you going? Good to be here. Honestly, having a great day.
It's like
Like,
the sort of
that's
like
just us.
Greek and Italian, like.
Sounds
Um,
Toronto. Do you guys know the Toronto accent?
That's how Torontoans.
You
left
left
your
your moms in the hood? If the business is true, that is sick to my stomach, fam. They're all like
we're
Drake
not- this
taught
is
them
not
all
too
like
far off.
roadman words. And so now they're all like doing this insane like Canadian meets patois accent.
Right.
But like they're all white.
In the
It's
six.
great. Oh yeah.
In 6.
In the
the
six,
six.
That's
baby.
right.
Yeah. It's pretty nuts.
Wait,
Right.
so can you tell me, assuming you know about this, but like what are the distinct Australian accents?
Ooh. I don't know. There's definitely an accent difference in Queensland. They
Mm.
really like enunciate their vowels, like bread.
I'll just give it a bit more in the middle
So
because
just like a little longer than it should be?
Yeah.
Okay.
they're all very minimal. Like the Adelaide one is like famous that instead of dance they say dance.
Yep.
Like that. Instead of France they say France.
Fancy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Fancy.
Because they were
They're
the
trying to be
free
British.
settlers. That was like they're the fanciest. Weirdly,
Is it Queensland that says pool?
pool. I don't know. They say togs instead of swimmers.
Yeah,
I know
that's
you got
weird.
that.
Yeah,
Tonks is also New
strange.
Zealand, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know.
Mhm.
Oh, nice.
Looking at me. You're really the New Zealand knower here.
Yes.
Dude, do you know New Zealand? Have you spent time?
I
You
mean-
checked it out. Do they like it?
Is
They like you
this-
down there?
Is this a joke?
No, I'm just asking.
Okay.
Just curious, dude.
I'm not sure.
This is what
what's
eye
going-
contact feels like.
Wow.
You're cursed with a voice that always sounds sarcastic.
Thank you. It's also condescending.
There's too much sexual tension in this room right now. We gotta move on.
Your wife at your wedding was like, "Are you sure? Is this a joke? Are you pranking me?" And you're just
Yeah.
genuinely, earnestly saying your vows.
It's like, oh well, yeah.
No,
sure,
oh my
dude,
God, I'd
100%.
start crying.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. Oh well.
After a few beers, Isaac said you sound high,
Yeah.
Mm.
and I think you'd get that a lot.
I got like a real drunk voice. Like when
Yeah.
I've had a few, because like Dane obviously just we drink together frequently, and he could just put me under the table, and it's deeply frustrating to me because I don't like to be on rounds with someone. I think it's impolite, but like I have now sacrificed. I will do one to Dane's two,
Okay.
and that is something that's been enforced by my wife, being like just let him go. You're still a big boy. You're still a champion.
Do you get progressively drunker, or is there like a switch? What's your?
Yeah, I think I've got my dad's blood in me. Once you just sit at a coast and then just coast on that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
You're like
fine.
pacing yourself like a marathon runner. You know how many beers you've got to hit per hour to maintain your level.
I think it's just automatic. It just kicks in. It's at like 2 pints per hour sort of thing, maybe 3.
Like the movie Speed.
Yeah.
This
Oh,
man
man.
needs to drink 2 pints per hour, unless his bus is going to crash. It's a fucking disaster, dude. Do not slow down.
It's more if I do have more than that, I will crash. And I'll take you all with me.
Yeah. So what was that like last year at the festival club thing? We were just like so drunk, and then like I like was like blackout drunk. And I'm like, what happened last night? And Dane just sent me a photo of me on the stage by myself. And I was like, what? What am I doing up there? And he's like, I don't know. You just went.
Yeah.
And I'm like, then what happened? He's like, I followed.
Yeah.
Was there audience?
No, there was like
That
a
was
DJ.
Oh shit!
Just like some DJ like on his own. And I'm just fucking getting up there.
Yeah.
I gotta make this happen.
You did Islands in the Street.
Play Kenny Play. Oh fuck, I gotta get up there. Dude, it was so funny. I was just like, well, I hate that. And he's like, yeah, you do.
It's fantastic. Yeah. And this is the other thing is there was a small video of, I think it was Rohan falling off his chair. And like, that's just simply like not even ha 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 ha. He just fell back a little bit and then that was it. He's on the ground and we were all just laughing. And there's this 2-second video of me just going ha ha ha.
Capture this moment, this precious memory.
Did you start filming after he already fell?
I think, yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I never want to forget this.
And I was like trying to take a photo of it, but I videoed it a little bit.
Like, what are we going to do? Help him up? No.
This is when you realize
Floor boy.
Yeah. It's so pointless being a comedian because nothing will ever be as funny as a guy falling backwards off his chair.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
Absolutely.
Have you had anyone in a crowd break a chair? Like, have you had just someone go through?
Oh yeah, once or twice. Yeah, that's good shit.
It's
You can't follow that
No,
but
can't.
you also
with your
can't
cerebral gags.
laugh. I don't think. I think if an audience member falls through a chair, you can't laugh. Like, you have to
No.
kind of assume the demeanor of the insurance company.
Right,
Like,
right.
what was the condition of the chair before you sat? Like that kind of.
Yeah,
Because if you laugh, then he's like, "Fuck, you can't." But if you're just like, "Hey, you okay?"
yeah.
and everyone else, but you
Do
can't do,
like
it
a
too
righteous
much.
anger as well.
You can't do
Yeah.
it too much
It
because then you're like
says on
feeling
the-
sorry for the dude.
It says on the terms and conditions of the gig that these chairs are rated for 100 kilos. So if you're heavier than that, you did sit on the chair at your own risk. If you're under that weight, you can fill out a form, but we are going to have to weigh you.
At your own risk.
Like at the airport,
Yeah.
could I squeeze them into one of those bag things? Just like, I don't think you can sit there, brother. We got some benches at the back; they're reinforced.
I've broken a chair
You broken a chair
in a show.
in a show.
Yeah.
You were watching a show.
I was watching a show.
I was going to say, it's called stand-up comedy. What the fuck happened? I got to sit down, man.
and I've broken it.
Yeah.
The 100 kilo ones.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would have been 115 kilos. So and then it broke underneath me. I didn't go all the way to the ground.
But you
I've-
caught yourself.
I caught myself.
Did the act clock it?
And no one
Okay.
did. I just, like put extra weight onto my legs, leaning forward because it was this back.
Wait,
With
so you
the
were
back leg.
squatting for the rest of the gig?
Like for ages.
Are you kidding?
This man's got an
glutes are
arse of
made
steel.
steel. Holy
Walrus
shit.
legs. and probably like, if they would have looked over at me, I would have just not laughed the entire time. If anything, like scowling. at
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh, well,
god.
Dane's not liking the show. Like,
He looks a bit tense, if anything. Is he sweating?
Just beads of sweat. Exactly.
absolutely. It's frustrating because I didn't want to get up as well because there was no more chairs. It was sold out. So I'm like, I'm stuck here.
Dude,
You
That's-
reduce the capacity of their show by 1 for the next show. It's like,
Honestly, that's how it feels whenever I fuck a really skinny guy.
That's
And he's like, get on top. And I'm like, okay. Just hovering over.
like a broken chair? Dude.
like a toilet seat in a nightclub. You're just 5 mil
And my
above the
piss
top
is
of his thigh.
everywhere.
There's not enough piss here for me to get horny, so I'm just gonna add some.
Oh man, as a formerly skinny fella, I didn't realize we were viewed that way.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
big
Just
time.
Women, what's going to happen here? Are we going to make it through the whole show? But I just heard this story about someone having a person break 2 chairs. Like, as in they broke the chair, and everyone's like, "Are you okay?" And then they sat at another chair and went straight through that
Power
too.
move.
brilliant.
And you're just like,
And that's
"Bro."
when the insurance company's like, we're off the hook. They've done 2 chairs in a row.
Yeah, I'm just like, that's the end of the. You can't continue. You can't carry on after an audience member's busted 2 chairs.
After the most funniest thing in the world has ever
It's
happened.
true.
Yeah, and that
It's
audience
true.
member's like, should I do a third? Rule of 3s, make it happen. I was just like, oh, I could not carry on.
I got suckered into doing a spot when I was in Tokyo because I wanted to do a solo show, and then I talked to this comedy club and they basically refused to organize it, but they said you can have a spot on you can headline our lineup show. And I'd gotten far enough into it at that point that I was like, I now can't turn around and say the truth, which is I don't want to do that because I've already given the impression that I want to do stand-up comedy. And I was like, okay, fine.
Yeah,
So
that's why we're all here, buddy.
Yeah. Not normally.
I want to do stand-up comedy, but not in the way it's offered to me.
Not in this context where I know I'll be on the bill with 4 of the most sexual deviant English teachers in the world. Guys who fucked so much anime furniture that it's going to be impossible to talk to them about anything normal. And so there was like all American guys on the bill who were all like, oh, yeah, I love Nintendo. They didn't have that voice, obviously. And then they were like, I'm just so used to it now. And then, and so then they're bombing. The MC is terrible. There's like no energy in the room. And then a Japanese guy gets up before me. And his English was like not great. Pretty good for the average standard in Japan, but that's still pretty bad. And he's kind of like muddling through this set. It's like chaotic. And then there are these Dutch girls in the front row who are like, they keep saying stuff like to try and help. And it's one of the only times where I think hecklers actually are helping because these guys were floundering so much. They were just asking them questions the way you might do on a bad date just to try and we got to move this along, you know. And then they asked him, what's your favorite English phrase? And he starts engaging with it, and I'm like, "Oh, you're gonna bomb out here. You can't do this on your feet." And then he just thinks for a second, and he just goes, "Has this ever happened before, bitch?" And it was the funniest. Like it crushed. but like also bear in mind that there had not been a laugh at any point in the whole gig up to that, and there'd been like 3 acts. And then I had to go on, and I like bombed for 20 minutes. And 15 minutes in, I was like, we should have cut the gig at "Has this ever happened before, bitch?" But the MC didn't have the foresight to do that. So here I am.
Has this
I don't
ever
know.
happened
I don't know why you didn't just yell it out.
Yeah.
Yell out the catchphrase.
Sure,
Yeah.
you didn't say the
Do a
catchphrase
callback.
once?
When I said it a second time, they did laugh, to be fair.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, I remember the one time this gig was funny.
Has
Yeah.
this ever happened before, comma, bitch?
Yeah.
Do you
I love
reckon
that.
question mark, exclamation point?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
I'm going to go emoji.
Interabang.
I'm going emoji.
Interabang. You want the
What's
double?
an interabang?
When they're hanging out
Exclamation
together.
point, question mark.
Oh, fun. I like that.
Yeah. It's a good. Although it is one of those things where they deliberately made up a cutesy name for it, so people would go, "That's a cute name." It's like when people go, like, "Do you
Like
know
Milo.
Yeah. When they're like, "Oh, do you know that
Got
a
him.
group of Kiwis is called a cuddle?" And it's like, well, yeah, but someone literally just made that up. It's not like a.
Wait,
I'm sorry,
the
do you-
cuddle of Kiwis?
No, I just
Is that
mean,
a
you know,
thing?
it's not. But I mean,
Oh.
it's that kind of shit. Where
Because Olga, I thought you'd know that. Being the New Zealand expert and all.
that's a Kiwi orgy.
Do you think
cuddle.
that the word terabang is cute?
Interabang.
Interabang.
That's still bad.
No, like a terabang sounds a lot worse. That could describe several things. None of them pleasant.
Your nickname in high school?
Terabang.
The
Man,
Interabang.
chicks just keep breaking him. I heard one night 2 chicks broke him in a row.
The Interabang is Olga questioning the man underneath her if he can take the strain.
This is unrelated, but I need to bring this up because we were
please.
talking about this on the way here.
Mhm.
I'm trying to get into Findom and
Financial.
financial domination.
Okay.
Okay.
And not trying to get into. Some people will message me and
I've succeeded.
I'm considering getting into it. But I think cost of living crisis, a guy was like, I'll buy you an Amazon gift card.
Why not just cash?
Well, that's what I'm thinking.
Well, is that just cash? Is Amazon, or you can only spend it on
I think you can
Amazon?
only spend it on Amazon.
It's weird.
What's the
Feels like a
size
little
of this
bit
gift card? Do they have a limit?
Yeah.
Feels like a bit of a bummer. Just
I think
feels-
he's getting it with credit card rewards points. I
Yeah,
think
there's
that's
something
what
there.
it is.
He's like collecting miles off of buying one.
It's like-
That's so true.
He's like, my wife's spending a lot of money on our HSBC Premier credit card, and what she doesn't know is that I am I'm funneling this directly into my Findom habit.
So wait, just getting into Findom, like people are messaging you,
Yeah.
strangers,
Yeah, who are like, oh, do you know what Findom is?
and then
Again, I think most of it is bullshit. But my understanding is that like some, I am assuming mostly men, but I don't want to generalize, will like be very sexually excited by a woman being like, give me all your fucking money.
right.
You little
Yeah.
piggy. You little
Yeah.
cash pig. You call them cash pigs.
That's
You
such
call
a
them cash pigs.
Yeah, they're a cash pig.
I thought it was just
Well,
you.
they're an Amazon gift card pig, actually.
That was the
Voucher
funniest.
pig. You little voucher pig.
The funniest not to generalize thing you've ever done. You're like, women might do this as well, and then proceed to describe the most embarrassing thing I can think of. I don't want to say that women can't do it. Women maybe can also be pathetic
girl
cucks.
can.
It's possible. Women can do anything, now, even be a disgusting little piggy.
Cash Peppa. So I'm not here to say that what women can and can't do, but it does feel a little bit pathetic to do an Amazon gift card. Like cold hard cash, there's sex to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
A digital gift card?
But like, is it in person?
No, I think over text. The presumption is like I'm like, fuck you, you little cash pig, and he's like, okay, mommy, and then he sends me some money.
And then he sends you a gift card.
Fuck you, I'm going to buy a new MacBook charger.
That's like just me texting my mum.
Ah.
It's aggressive. It ends in a voucher.
So here's a woman who's into Findom, clearly.
Yeah. No. I mean, honestly, my dad, if anything. But like, I'm just like, but what do they get out of this? The shame?
Yeah, it's humiliation. It's
But they're just
control.
texting you. They can do that with anybody. You don't have to pay for that. Just, go on any kind of chat room.
But like real jeopardy is the thing that really gets people going, right?
Real jeopardy.
Yeah.
What are they jeopardizing?
Their fucking bank accounts.
Yeah.
But you have access to the bank account.
Well, I think in a really serious cash big Findom relationship, they like genuinely get off on like their bank account going to zero. Like they're draining. They're draining it like their balls.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
Wow.
this would be so difficult to do in today's world, in Australia particularly, because we have the new laws where you transferring money to people, they have to check constantly whether because the banks, if you get ripped off, the government's just brought in this law. It's only in the past couple of months. If you get ripped off by somebody online, it's the bank's fault.
Oh.
So the bank has to check with you constantly.
So it's really kink shaming, is what I'm hearing.
But you've got to ring the bank and go through this with them when they're like, "Well, why are you giving this person $2,000? Are they ripping you off? No.
They're
Have you
getting
met
me
them
off.
in real life?" Like, because it just happened like with my dad, because my dad bought a car. And and because of his age, I'm assuming, we had to go into the bank and talk to them, fill out a whole like paperwork and stuff that he's transferring like thousands of dollars to someone.
God.
Yeah. It wasn't easy to do it. And like normally you can just go, yeah, here's their bank account, and then take it out of my bank. But yeah, they were like,
But that's why they're doing the gift card then.
in case they get ripped off. Yeah, maybe that's it. Maybe the gift, but it's, again, the gift cards comes under the category because that's a popular way to.
Untraceable.
Yeah.
Sarah, I'm going to have to put you on hold. We're going to have to put you through to our dirty little cuck department. We've got a team of specialists who evaluate these situations, okay?
She sent me pictures of her feet. What do you not understand?
Yeah, but her socks were on because I don't deserve the feet. This is hot shit, dude.
I mean, paying to see bare feet in Australia is crazy because you can see bare feet in 7-Eleven. It's like, go to Brisbane, brother. You'll see so many bare feet.
Go to the supermarket in one of those country towns. Like, it's insane. I hate. Well, who goes downtown in bare feet? In bare feet.
You've never gone. I think back in the day, I probably went to like a Westfield barefoot when I was like a teenager.
Yeah.
'Cause I thought it was like rebellious.
It is.
Going
Barefoot
barefoot on an
is
escalator.
gross.
Ooh.
Oh, it doesn't.
Oh.
Danger.
Surely
Oh,
that's going to
fuck.
feel weird because the grooves and.
Oh, I felt something.
You've-
I felt lots, dude. I felt sensations. Burwood Westfield, shout out. Heading up to the food court, why not?
yeah, you had to take oversized jeans
Have
to cover
a
up your
bubble
rock.
tea. Have a bubble tea in 2005. Yeah, white people did that. Just
Oh,
me.
man.
Just me, dude.
Yeah,
You're
we didn't have
so-
bubble tea in the UK then. I feel like this is you're so far ahead of the curve.
Yeah,
you know?
bro.
You're
'Cause
so
we got
wild.
Asians, man. We got them.
Mm.
They're around.
got
They're
Asians.
everywhere.
Australia. We've got Asians.
And we're
People don't give
unwilling-
us enough credit for how many Asians we've got, mate.
We've got Asians and we're not letting them out. They are to stay. We like them here. Olga's like, I want to be away from this highlight, please. This could jeopardize my Findom relationship.
Say that again, sorry.
It's like, Olga's like, I'm getting out of this highlight. I'm not involved.
No, I welcome Asian cash pigs. I welcome cash pigs of
Yeah.
all walks of life.
It's
Thank
the
you very
Chinese
much.
century. They're all going to be Asian sooner or later. You know,
Yeah.
Look, if any
white guys
Asian
aren't going to
man-
have any money. Come on.
Look, I'm open to Amazon gift cards.
Yeah.
That's all I. That's all.
So you're like, that's fine.
You've turned me
But
around.
what do you
Well,
have to do to achieve
I
it?
haven't. Should we actually like in real time right now message this dude back and see what's up?
Hell yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
I'd
yeah,
love
let's
to do that.
I have, just so you, I know that listeners are very worried. I took a screenshot of it. I sent it to my boyfriend. My boyfriend says, "Honey, get your bag." So everything.
Is that how your boyfriend talks? I hope
Yeah,
not.
he's very bisexual.
Honey, get your bag. I'm gonna need you to Findom this man, Queen.
Okay, so you talk amongst yourself. I'm gonna find this guy.
He didn't say get your bagpipes.
Hey!
Well, that's
End
where the expression
podcast.
comes from.
End it. End
Yeah.
the pod.
The pod is done.
It's over. We found the natural ending.
Back when pipers
Conclusion.
were the
Fuck, I wish my brain
highest
worked.
paid people in Scotland, hence the expression securing the bag.
If you said that to an Australian tour group, they'd be like, oh,
Yeah.
they'd love it.
No, securing a bag is very different these days. I think
Absolutely.
it's
Oh, yeah.
Hi, sorry to bother you. I was wondering if you have heard of Findom and would allow me to send an Amazon gift card.
It's like a reverse scam text.
There's some,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
he's gonna somehow own me. You know what I mean? The amount of spaces is also quite sus, but I'm going in.
But like, so he just wants to send you money.
yeah,
You have to do nothing.
But I
Yeah.
think I have to verbally
Yeah.
humiliate him.
What's the
But
funniest thing to
he
say?
didn't
here,
ask
though?
that bit yet, though.
But
Yeah.
that,
Could you call me?
but when he says, "Have you heard of Findom?" I'm assuming he's like, "Google it, bitch."
I think you should be like, please explain what Findom is.
Okay, well let's do that.
I think because I want to see what he thinks it is.
Okay, well let's mess.
How does he conceive of it?
Do
Yeah.
you have a blue tick?
Yes.
Okay, that feels like
You don't want to be Findomed by some bitch who could be anyone.
Who isn't
You wanna-
verified? Yeah.
It needs to be an authority figure. Otherwise, I'm not even getting a semi.
All right. So, so I say, can you explain to me what Findom is?
Yeah.
Can you please? Do we please?
Explain to me what Findom is, you little bitch.
I feel like this guy has a
Can
blue
you-
tick, but
You'd
only
like
on
me to
Twitter.
explain it, wouldn't you?
Oh no, I have a blue tick. He doesn't have a blue.
He
tick.
doesn't have one. Okay.
Okay.
I bet he
Can
has
you
one.
imagine?
I bet he has one on Twitter,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
like that
Can
kind
you
of.
Yeah.
explain to me what Findom is?
It's fun how a
are we
blue
gonna
tick
find out
on Twitter
about-
is the
more about this
opposite of
gift
having a
card?
blue tick anywhere else.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would love an Amazon gift. I
Yeah,
would
here we
love
go.
an Amazon gift card. I have a lot of household items that I would like to buy.
Yeah.
should
Mommy
I
needs
just
a new
not
toilet
clarify?
brush.
Are you going to spell it? Household? I fucking hope so. A lot of household items.
I would love
Brackets,
an
I'm a
Amazon gift
homeowner.
card. I'm gonna do a thumbs up.
All right. Nice.
Yeah, yeah. There we go.
This is
When
good.
when you do a thumbs up,
I've
is
done it.
Is it white or yellow or what? Do you
Well, this is a trap.
It's
Jesus Christ. No, it's yellow, but it's default.
yeah. So you just use the default
Yeah.
one.
Yeah.
I just
I'm not
I don't
getting
know.
into
It's I just want to know.
Well, what's yours?
I do the brown one.
You don't do the full black, you do brown?
I do. Yeah, gotta go brown. I gotta keep it real.
Just want some accuracy.
My grandfather was
match?
white, guys. I need you all to know that. Fire emoji.
Okay, well, there is a guy with the same exact name who is verified on Twitter.
Fuck
So-
yeah, dude.
Yeah,
I
nailed it.
don't know
There
how
we
you
go.
did it. I don't
Yes.
know how you did it.
Incredible burner Findom
The reason is
account.
because it is actually Dane. He's here just playing the fool.
I need you.
He's like, do you know what that is?
Oh, I'm getting a message. Hang on.
Gift card burning a hole in his pocket. Dude. Yeah. The white people sending the black emoji is crazy. Like
Absolutely, it
but
is.
let me tell you, they only do the hands.
Yeah.
They never do the black face of
Wait,
the
who are
emoji.
the white
Nah.
people who are doing black
People are
emojis?
doing it.
Who's doing it?
People are running it.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I've had people do it, and I'm just like, is this like? Do you think this is like solidarity or just kind of like silly? Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Who are we helping?
You,
Who are we
you
hurting?
meet the guy and he's just got black hands.
Always wearing gloves. You can just,
A
okay, my
reverse
bad.
Mickey Mouse?
White mouse, black gloves. I like him. That's a creepier mouse for sure.
Oh, man.
I wouldn't let my
Yeah.
kids near that guy.
Yeah. That does sound,
Leave
that
me
sounds
alone,
really
Minnie. I'm being Findom.
Ooh, I'd love a Disney gift card. Thanks, guys.
I'm putting that out there.
Yeah.
Into the universe.
Just to our listeners.
She's gonna steamboat my willy.
Although a black
Whatever that
mouse wearing black gloves is pretty weird too. So I think
That's a good look.
it's just he's okay.
Yeah, I think so.
That's not O.J. Simpson to you?
Black mouse, black mouse.
O.J. Simpson the mouse.
It's yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Anyways, you're right.
I don't know where.
O.J. Simpson the mouse could have used a humane trap. Could have gone down very differently.
The trap don't fit.
Yeah. I got suckered into humane traps recently.
What are humane
Excuse
traps?
me.
Well, I had some mice in my house, and
Oh,
my
no.
girlfriend at the time was like, "You've got to get the
No.
humane traps."
What does a humane trap do?
It's just like a little the mouse goes in there and then they can't get out, and then you have to release the mouse somewhere.
Okay.
But you have to. But the thing is with the humane traps is they don't catch the mice as well. But I did manage to catch these mice in the humane traps. But then you just own some mice,
Wait, can you
and then
can
you have to decide what to do with them.
verbally draw me a diagram of this trap? Like is it
It's like a little box with like a flap at one end, and you put bait in there, and then they go and they trip a little thing on the floor, and it closes the door.
Okay.
But honestly, one of these mice managed to get in there, eat all of the food, and leave without triggering the trap.
Oh, good for him.
And honestly, if you shrunk me down to mouse size, I could not do that. And I have a human brain. Like I do not understand how he managed this.
Oh my god.
He's wearing gloves.
Yeah.
Like that scene in like
mouse
Ocean's
burglar.
12 where they got the lasers and the guys are doing little twists to get by everything. You're
Yeah.
like, fuck, he's good.
Yeah.
Just a little Catherine Zeta.
Or that's the
mouse
yep.
entrapment.
That's the movie I was
Listen,
thinking
we've
of.
I
got
went
a
the
job.
other way. I went full blown badass trap. It took 4 double D batteries.
Uh-oh.
Like,
my
it was
God.
insane. It was
Oh my God.
It was electric.
yeah.
What
You're
is
doing
it?
like a Rube Goldberg. It's just like a gun with a bit of string tied to it, and there's some cheese. We're not grabbing mouse problems after this.
But wait, what is it like a fucking Tesla coil? Like how's it electric?
it's-
What does it do?
So it's big, like
Yeah.
the size of probably like a decent shoebox.
Because you got to understand, guys, these are bloody,
This is Australia.
these are
shit.
country mice.
Yeah,
these are
yeah,
bloody
yeah.
wogga wogga mice.
Oh, they're not
mate.
even wearing shoes.
None of
mate.
these fucking, none of these fucking little soft city mice. You know, these are big boys.
They're the size of kangaroos, or 5 barbecue chickens.
That's our favorite scale.
Double D is the reference to the mouse's jugs.
You see a tiny little ute parked outside. You're like, oh, fucking mice are back.
Okay, so draw us the diagram. What's that?
So it's
It's a
like,
shoebox.
and the reason why is because we've had a couple of mice plagues, and I live in country New South Wales, so like they were everywhere, millions and millions of mice. It was insane. Like running across the road, and you would be driving the car, and you'd literally just hear like popping of.
Oh God!
It was so many.
Wait, when you say mouse plague, what does that mean?
Like as in millions of mice.
But why
like,
is it? Why is it like? Does it happen seasonally or like?
it was similar to like Bible-ish. You
Yeah,
know,
it's because of what the Egyptians did.
Yeah, the
okay,
Wagga
I see.
pharaohs were trying to do that.
Because it was originally so the crickets or whatever they are, grasshoppers or
yeah.
locusts?
I remember that.
locusts. Yeah,
If we're
so-
talking plagues, I think it's got to be locusts.
So
Yeah.
like I don't think that they were locusts, but
No.
it was locusts, whatever it was.
Whatever.
And then they were there, and then the mice there's heaps of food for them because they're eating them, and so then mice became a big issue.
Yeah.
And then what eats the mice to become an even bigger issue?
There was an old lady who swallowed a fly. That's how it originally started.
Yeah.
It was huge. So all these mice were everywhere, and they were just going through people's houses. So then instead of you could catch them and then just release them, but that would be somebody else's problem.
Yeah.
They'd have to. I just bought these big traps.
Driving these into the city, see how they like it.
And so then the mice go in,
Mm.
and then it electrocutes them. Like you can hear it happen.
Oh
too.
my gosh, they get like fried.
Yeah, you can hear them go.
Jerry.
The worst part is the one mouse that's like,
It keeps coming back.
the mouse that discovers what its kink is.
Then sees a note the next day, change the batteries. Like, fuck, all right. This guy wants
I
it.
can barely get hard at this voltage.
I do like the mouse traps, like Death Row, they get a last meal. You know? Like
Yeah.
they get a little bit
that's
and then.
cute.
Yeah. What did you want? Cheese? Thought so. Bang. Again. I like that.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
so
Cute.
sweet.
Yeah.
It's very sweet.
So it's like how many mice can be electrocuted in the shoebox at one time? Is they just stack them? Like
it
just,
puts them into a trap, into a trap door.
Yeah.
And it pops up again so that more will come in.
Oh.
I think you can fit about 5 in there.
Oh God! And then where?
It's
How do you
insane.
dispose of them?
And then you pull it like a vacuum cleaner. Like you pull out the trap thing, tip it into the bin, and then just it's
Dude,
this is getting-
is Dyson coming up with a bagless mousetrap?
Are
Sorting it out?
the
there any cats? You gotta have a cat party.
Yeah, the cats aren't. They can't do this kind of job. Like
No,
this
but as in
is-
like once you have 5 dead mice, don't you want to feed them to one lucky cat?
Get a python.
I reckon.
Release that into your house. You don't have a mouse problem.
I reckon at the time there was cats just laying around, just rubbing their bellies. Just
I
going,
bet, yeah.
"Oh, I can't
can't."
eat. It's like a buffet. This is very grim, but people were just putting peanut butter on a stick and putting it in the middle of a bucket full of water, and then
yeah.
mice were just trying to get to that stick, and then they were literally just tipping out 50, maybe 100.
Because they'd be drowning.
Yeah,
Drowned mice.
gross, so full on.
Yeah.
It's
So
just
you're-
too many. I live in the country. Like it's not.
It's different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
It's
okay.
just different.
I know that this is A, boring for you, and B, a question you get all the time, but please, can you please indulge me, sir? What kind of animals are we talking in New South Wales rural? Are we talking snakes? Are we talking spiders?
Yeah, snakes. But not like it's not everywhere.
Mate, Dane, tell her the truth, brother.
Yeah,
Tell her the real truth.
She can handle it.
snakes are everywhere. I did come.
Do you
home-
know how to tell what like bad snake from good snake?
No, yeah, all of them are bad snakes.
Okay,
Oh.
so you don't want to
Oh.
get bitten by any of
They'll
them.
all bite. Yeah. Don't go near them. That's
Okay.
realistically it.
Yeah, but
Um,
like there's only some that are like aggressive. Like,
Yeah.
like Eastern Brown is like aggressive. The rest
And will like
of-
seek you out. Others won't.
yeah,
not really seek you out. We'll just get angry if you go near him.
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you'll have a go. Whereas other ones are just like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Out of here.
Okay.
What emojis does the Eastern Brown use?
It's just the default. It's just a yellow snake. I did come home from the club once. This is at 3 a.m, and there was a roo just at my front door, kicking the door.
A what? Kangaroo. Oh, okay.
Getting
Sorry, you're on
burgled by a
name day.
kangaroo.
yeah, as if I'd bought
Asking
a bag
for a
off him
nightcap?
earlier.
Yeah.
Oh, you said you'd be home, bro.
That was insane.
He's like trying to get the bag out of the pouch, but he can't reach because his little arm.
Well, that's where his keys are.
Dave ripped me off. I know where he lives. Yeah, that was, and the taxi was pulling into the driveway, and he took off, and I was like, and he goes, "Oh, that was a roo," and I went, "Yeah, I know, weird." I live on the river, so
Oh my god.
yeah, so there's a fair few animals and all that type of stuff around me, but it's not. I'm giving the impression I live on Old McDonald's place. I don't. There's no animals around. It's suburbia.
Just a kangaroo on your fucking doorstep.
Just a roo. There's
And
a
5
roo every
dead
now and again.
mice.
There's millions of mice, but not anymore. The mice plague's done like a couple of years ago.
Damn, that's great.
Yeah,
Can I also bring up one more thing?
people
so
were
sorry.
using
No.
flamethrowers.
What, on the mice?
Yeah.
Oh my
were-
god.
On properties, they were like
That is
Like it's fucking
biblical.
Iwo Jima. Like just
insane. What people the lengths that people were going to try and get rid of the mice.
It's so funny in a place that has such a bushfire problem as well.
Yeah.
Just like-
Oh.
But like, remember like context. There's like crop and stuff. in
Yeah,
Wagga.
crops.
So like, if there's like that millions of mice coming through, that's gonna fuck your whole living.
Oh yeah.
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 Mm.
Sorry, they're not just annoyed.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
just like, I'm just gonna flamethrow these fucking dogs.
But
Like, you know.
there's laws about what kind of animals you are and aren't allowed to kill, right?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
for example, like I know our friend Erica talks about how it's illegal to kill raccoons in Canada.
Mm. But her dad used to do it anyway, and they'd like dispose of it like a dead body.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
drive it out to the woods and bury it.
Because you're not allowed to, but I'm assuming it's legal to kill a bunch of mice.
Oh yeah, 100%. I think it was encouraged.
Couldn't you kill a kangaroo? You can't kill a kangaroo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
kangaroos
You
are.
can kill a kangaroo
There's
just
too many.
because you
there's-
feel like you want to.
No.
I mean, if he's knocking on your door, there's stand your ground laws.
That's-
You can just kind of sort out.
So it's like Florida.
Yeah.
Florida laws. Okay.
But no, like
there's too many roos.
There's too many
in,
kangaroos.
Outback,
Yeah.
New South Wales, so they quite literally mow them down.
But you can't kill a wombat.
No, I don't. No, not
But,
wombats.
but if you drive an Australian highway, people have.
Yeah.
yeah,
Roughly every 10 kilometers.
Oh,
that's a
man.
yeah. there's a whole I know what you did last summer situation.
The most recent invasive species in Australia is the Toyota Land Cruiser. And wombats have not adapted to its presence in the ecosystem.
Some of the farms were so there's foxes that are coming in, and foxes are pests as well. So you can kill the foxes, but you can't the wombats. But wombats would be the ones that are digging the holes to get into the farmers' properties because they go under the fences. And then the foxes use their holes to come through. So then now the wombats are a bit of a problem. But they worked out to just put a lead gate in the wombat holes because wombats are they're so sturdy. They can push that heavy gate, but foxes can't. So that's what they've the little system that they've come up with. It's pretty cool.
I got to say, just like quickly on like kind of wildlife stuff, I think foxes are around in London in the way that British people picture kangaroos being around in Australia.
Yes.
Like I think like there's so many foxes in London just like around, just like in your backyard, just like whatever. You're like, what the fuck is
unafraid
that?
of people as well.
Totally.
Yeah.
Just kind of scratching around and like whatever. But like in Australia, like if you're in the CBD, you won't see a kangaroo.
It's more of like an ibis. I feel like foxes and ibises are on a similar level.
Yeah.
I heard a theory that foxes they're bored of being wild animals. Like they're like, this is hard, and they just want to be and they just want to be domesticated, and they're just coming further and further into the city until eventually people are like, oh, you're a pet now, fine. They just don't want to feed themselves
I've seen what you've done
anymore.
for sausage dogs. Can I?
Yeah.
Please, sir.
Make me long. Make me ridiculous, mummy. Oh, take me indoors and make me pathetic. Give me breathing problems. That's what I want. I'm bored of these hen houses. I've killed enough. They're like Nazi guys after World War II getting like civilian jobs.
I can send you to space.
Yeah. Yeah, what scientific knowledge would the foxes be bringing?
Okay, last time I saw you, you were talking about how you started the comedy club in New South Wales, right?
Yep.
And how you collected this ragtag group of people who were potential stand-ups, but
yes.
weren't actually yet.
Yep.
That's a movie.
Oh, yeah.
It is a weird. I didn't really because obviously when you live your life, you don't know that would be.
You're living a
interesting.
movie.
Yeah, but yeah, when
That's like
as
a
soon as you said
heartwarming
it, I was like,
tale.
oh wow, that is a pretty cool little yarn.
Because you're like, I'm gonna open a stand-up comedy club, and
Yep.
then you're like, who has the potential to be a comedian? And you're like, poets,
Yeah,
funny grandma who speaks to herself.
dude, I don't know. Did I tell you
Kangaroo.
this? Quite literally, I was in the taxi going home the night before, as in like because it was on a Sunday, and I was going home on a Saturday night, and the taxi driver told me a joke, like a classic, and I was like, dude, okay, so you'll never believe this, but we're doing a comedy club tomorrow. Do you want to be a part of
That's
it?
amazing.
And he
I can
goes-
see that scene.
He said, I think I'm working, but I'll find out and I'll come along. 100%. He goes, oh, when's it starting? I was like, I'm about to start in 5 minutes. And he goes, can I get up like first?
And
I was
that
like,
taxi driver was Reese Nicholson.
he was parked out the front. He was in his taxi uniform.
He had
was-
someone in the back.
He was on shift. He's quite literally just pulled up at the taxi rank out the front of the club and walked in, done some jokes, and then just walked back in,
That's
jumped his cab.
amazing.
And drove off.
That is
Dang,
sick.
this is a movie. The first ever comedy club.
First ever.
Come on.
We had Geraldine Hickey as our headliner.
That's amazing.
And yeah, it was great. It was so
and then you
much
made her
fun.
drive people home.
And then- It was 10 years ago. But it was just such a weird sort of thing to put together. And now that it's thriving, like it's a great little comedy club. I'm really proud of him.
Did the
That's
taxi
fun.
driver ever come back?
No, and he was horrible.
We can't rewrite history.
It was like stand-up comedy. You mean I've got to say racist stuff to people who can't leave? This is the perfect gig for me.
He
Goes on stage, starts the meter running, and then he's like, Dan, you owe this. All right, see you later.
he quite literally told like one of the most weirdest stories. That real this guy was born, but he was only an ear, and then
my God, I love
and then this joke went for way too long, And then the parents, when he got older, then his parents found out he was deaf. And we're all like, okay. Yeah, all right, that's my time. I've got to go. Like, we're just, yeah.
That's quite surreal.
It was so surreal. But
Dali-esque, I'd say.
it
Boy
was
who was an
very,
ear.
he was telling, like, yeah.
He's
he
got
was
the
telling-
melting taximeter, and it's so hard to read.
It was weird, but it was not what you expect from a taxi driver.
Mm.
It was very on the spectrum-y type. This is very cleverly weird and silly, and it wasn't. It was just strange.
Can't believe you're slagging this guy off, man. You know,
That's-
he paused
yeah.
his shift for
He did
you
me a favour.
10 years
Exactly.
ago. He took a
You're
leap
the
of
one who
faith.
asked him
A
to
leap
do
of
it.
faith on a passenger one night. He turns up a week later having thought of his heartwarming, surreal ear story for a whole week, telling everybody who's been in his cab that week, which is Wagga, there's 7 people, but
the
all
same.
7 heard it. It's just you going to the airport and back over and over again.
You pranked him into doing open mic comedy. There should be, I think open mic comedy should work like Judaism, like they have to turn you away 3 times. Like, are you sure?
Absolutely.
I'm just sorry, just with the movie, if we're talking the trajectory of this thing, what's the happy ending? Like, is
Well-
it because like, I'm picturing like what is it like one of those kind of bench warmer movies?
Yeah.
Ragtag
Like the
crew.
underdog, like it's dodgeball.
Yeah.
It's dodgeball.
Yeah.
They're closing down the Wagga Community
Exactly.
Centre. There's a stand-up comedy competition.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the exact same amount of prize money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
Keep it
it.
open.
Save the Community Center, dodgeball-esque, adjacent. Bring It On also was like that.
So what? They steal the jokes of black people,
It's
and then the black people finally get to tell their jokes, and then it's a real competition.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, am I like misremembering the plot to Bring It On? I'm pretty sure that was it,
no,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
The black people win.
Do they?
Yeah, at the end.
My dad always switched it off right before the end. And I've always wondered why.
Don't like the end of this. I'm doing my own
cold
director's
in
cut.
What a happy movie. That's right, son. We did it again.
Oh.
Husey has to come in to teach him how to do comedy, but he's an alcoholic. He's like there in the bar. He's like, I swore I'd never do comedy again.
Blue Factory!
And then this guy, I can't remember his name, I think it was like Jamal or something like that. And he's messaged me and was like, please tell me you're gay or at least bi. And I missed it because we're on the road. And then,
Or at least bi.
or at least bi. And then,
By slander yet again, by phobia yet again.
yeah, my wife messaged me and was like, how's Jamal? And I was like, I don't know what that means. And then I just, because we've been married, so I sort of know that she's taken the piss. So I'm trying to like work out what it was, and then I came across the message, and then I'm clicking on his profile, and he's like a hot dude, like he's coming out of a pool, he's got a 6-pack, like he's ripped.
Okay.
And then I was talking to my wife later that night, and she was just going, "Oh, did you get the message from Jamal?" And I was like, "Yeah." I don't know that you're trying to like make fun of me, but I can get hotter men than you.
Look at me and look at him.
I'm the winner, man. Like,